may have noticed he got another upgrade today. So we have Melissa Picklesheimer with Sir Speedy. She is a business development consultant, and so I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her while I fool around with some technical stuff.
Good afternoon, everybody. Like Jen said, my name is Melissa. I'm with Sir Speedy Print Signs and Marketing. What I do for businesses is help them grow, either with printed marketing materials or branding. We also are going to talk a little bit about a new product that we launched in January, which is Fused Mail 3.0. So it takes traditional direct mail and integrates digital components that help you track your results, and also a really cool technology called Lead Match.
Ooh, tracking results is a huge thing. So, I don't know, marketing people always say that you wish you knew which third of your marketing budget you were wasting. You know you're wasting a third of it, you just wish you knew which one. But this has a really good return on investment capability, so you actually can track it. It's really cool. So I'm trying to open up chats, and while I'm doing open up chats for you guys, I just wanted to point out we are not using StreamYard like we did for the first one. So it's not going to show me your name. So if you decide to ask a question, or if you decide to make a comment, if you would just say your name, just type your name in first so that I can call you by name. Hopefully I can pronounce it. Then that'll help me out a ton. Another thing you could do that's really cool is you could share this video. Just hit the share button. You could start a watch party, and that way it gets us a little bit more viewers and more ideas of some things that you guys might want to hear. So every third Thursday, we know Brian is at the fire department. Hey, Brian. Hey, guys. Thanks for your service again. And again, like I always say, we're on Manatee Avenue. So if you hear some sirens, it's not Brian, but we're going to probably just be quiet a second. We're going to say a little prayer and we'll keep going. So just bear with us. So again, anything you'd like to learn about, if you would like to be a guest, every third Thursday we're going to have a guest. So today we have Melissa. She is a marketing expert that we like to bring on to talk about different marketing topics. But going forward, we're going to be out in the community now that we're getting out and about again. I'm going to be going out and talking to some local business owners. We're going to have member spotlights and For Real Marketing That Works. So please invite all of your business owner friends, anyone in the community, to join that group. I'm going to be going out and doing some interviews out there, and then I'm going to integrate that into a video that I can host live on those third Thursdays. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you'd like to be a guest. You don't have to be a marketing expert. So with all those announcements, I see we have some people coming on, and somebody's saying their name, and Brian says hi, and Kate says hi. So we're going to go back and look at these questions at the end. So you can type them in when we're in the middle of the live stream if you want to, or you can wait till the very end and then type in your question. But that's when we're going to address and answer those. Otherwise, I'm going to get so confused. And see, I just kicked the table, so it's probably a little shaky. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We had a near miss today. Should we tell the story?
Yeah, might as well.
So I was going to make this into kind of like a game and post it on my Facebook, but in this lovely building where Deckard & Company resides on Manatee Avenue, we are lucky enough to have the oldest elevator in the state of Florida. So I happened to mention that to Melissa yesterday. Yep. And today, she got here and saw the elevator trucks in the parking lot and was like, I think she said it was on the 5th floor. Yes, 5 flights of stairs. We barely made it, you guys.
We almost did Facebook Live from the elevator.
We almost did, from the street, actually, probably. So thank you to the elevator company for letting us shoot up before you had to shut off the elevator. Down's another story. We can go down. We'll still go down the stairs.
Definitely.
But 5 flights up, we would not look like this. So thank you for opening the elevator. All right, so I met you. When was this? When we sat and had our little one-to-one?
It's been probably 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah,
I think
well,
so.
like last year.
Yeah, it feels like last year.
Or was it?
No, it was beginning of this year.
It was when I went to the Facebook event.
Yes.
It was the same day as I went to the Facebook event that they had in Port Charlotte.
Yes. That's
when it was. And it was a while ago, but I remember when we sat and met and we were talking about direct mail, because direct mail, every door direct mail and all that sort of thing is a powerful marketing tool. But in the digital age, people want to have a digital component. So when I met with Melissa and she shared with me the capabilities of what she could do, I was like, what? So I figured it might be something good for you guys to know too. So I will let her talk about that. We have some topics, and the first one I think that you wanted to talk about was informed delivery with the USPS.
Yes.
Please tell me what that is.
So, Informed Delivery is an app that the USPS has developed. And what it does is it alerts you of every piece of mail that's going to come into your inbox the day that it's going to come into your inbox. Every time you do a change of address, the post office asks, would you like to sign up for Informed Delivery? So not only are you able to reach people who already are signed up, but new people are being added every day.
So you get to see like a picture of your mail?
So generally it's grayscale.
Okay.
They scan in every piece of mail and you get a little picture of what's coming.
So if I'm like traveling, like I really want to do,
Yes.
and you do too, we were talking about that, then I could go on that app and see really what was in my mailbox. Cool. Didn't even know that was a thing.
For me, the most exciting was when I got my W-2 from my previous employer. So I was like, ooh, my W-2 is coming today. I can finally file my taxes.
Money.
Yes.
Important.
So what we have is a color ride-along image that's clickable that goes with your mailing piece. So what it does is direct more traffic to the website.
Okay. So I'm gonna play the consumer here, and I go on my phone and I check my app, and I'm looking and I see, okay, we have this really cool, colorful mail in here. It's telling me I need to go on this cruise. Maybe I got it from Heather Romke and those folks over at Expedia Cruise and Travel Centers. Maybe you guys sent out a postcard. Then I'd be able to click it and it would take me to, does it have to be a dedicated, like their website, or can they pick wherever they want to send you? Could they send you to their Facebook page?
They could. So it goes to a dedicated URL. So we can either create a landing page specifically for this mail piece that is more information on that offer. We can have them go right to the contact form on your website, so they just fill it out and get more information, or to Facebook. It can go, right to a special offer. So that's another way that the trackable, which is the main component of this.
I like the landing page thing too, because I don't know, it depends on what business you're in, but some businesses have 20 different offerings on their website, right? Especially like air conditioning companies. So like if they send a postcard out for maintenance, like let's just say Green Cooling Solutions had a special going on, or that air scrubber thing they have that cleans all the germs out of the air, maybe they wanted to send a direct mail campaign. Then they could create a landing page that just talked about the air scrubber and doesn't confuse people with all their other offerings, but they could still get to their website if they wanted to, right? I think that's a great idea, because then you have less confusion, and I know that's been a big concern with a lot of people in the marketing industry. I remember doing strategic marketing campaigns, and just not wanting to confuse the consumer is an important thing, making sure you've got a very clear offer. So I didn't even think about that.
Yep,
combining that with a landing page specific to that offer.
Yep, and there's one more element that we can include as well to go to that landing page is a QR code. So you can do a QR code on the postcard. So even if they don't click through Informed Delivery, they can still scan the QR code on the postcard and be taken to the same landing page, so that it's still even more trackable that it's from that mailing piece.
Awesome. So QR codes, all you have to do is take a picture of it. So you just have to open up your camera app. Oh, that's weird. That's super weird. And take a picture of it, and then a little symbol will come up, a little information will come up across the top of your phone that says, do you want to go to this URL? And then you say yes. That's how QR codes work if you're not sure what those are. Actually, I was at Pier 22 last night with Brian and his awesome wife, Corinne. She's definitely the better half. And we could pay our bill on the receipt at the bottom of there's a QR code at the bottom of the receipt. So I took a picture of it. It took me to a website, and I paid my bills totally hands-free. So cool.
You can generate free ones on Google.
Generate free QR codes on Google. You heard it from Melissa. So, all right. So that is what happens when you do informed delivery. And then, we talked about the color right along with the clickable link, but this is cool. This is my favorite thing because it talks about social, because I love people. So they have social match when it comes to this. So you can, prior to mailing, send it to targeted prospects?
Yes.
How's that work?
So what we do is prior to mailing, we purchase a mailing list. Then we take that mailing list and match it to social profiles. So prior to the mailing going out to the mail service, the targeted audience will start seeing your ad on Facebook and Instagram. So that way when the mail piece shows up, they're not blind to the company. They're like, oh, I've seen that logo before. I've heard of this offer before. So the main thing in marketing is brand recognition and repetition. Keep doing it. Keep popping up in their feeds and in their face and on the billboards and on TV. That's the main thing, is you need more than one element of marketing.
Yeah, it takes, somebody said 3 times, and then I heard 7. For a consumer to see an ad before they really remember even seeing it. So that's why having a branded message is so important. So that's awesome that you can match it to the people. They're going to see the ad, and then they get the postcard and they see it, and then it all comes together for them. And they have a higher likelihood of remembering you and maybe being interested in what you have to offer.
Yep.
So, and social media is like, I don't know, it's free.
People are on it all the time.
Right? Unless you want to pay for ads, but people are on it all the time, and it's constant. So it's never gonna go away. You can make friends with it or not, but this is here to stay. Multiple platforms, and so being able to engage with people on social is hugely important, especially if you're in a person-to-person business. Like if you're a hypnotherapist, like my hypnotherapist, Shauna Rosenthal, or my daughter. She's getting ready to get her esthetician license. So if she's going to be, Keeley Spring esthetician, she's going to want to put that branding out there and be really connected with people on social media, one-to-one. So that's hugely important. So what happens after that is I see there's some sort of a follow-up and some lead match that happens after the person's gotten their postcard?
Gotten the postcard and went to the website.
Okay.
So the follow-up is just like Amazon. When you go shopping on Amazon and you put something in your cart and you don't purchase it, you get followed around. So say you were looking at a bicycle seat, you don't buy it, but then you're on Facebook and you see the bicycle seat. Then you're on Google and you see the bicycle seat. So we do the same thing.
Yes.
We put the pixel on their browser, on their device, and you'll start seeing an ad of the follow-up. So once you visit the site, you start re-seeing and re-seeing. So that's part of the follow-up. Social media and Google follow-up.
All right. So that happened to me today. Actually, I was shopping at like 5 a.m. before my second cup of coffee, which is never a good idea.
No.
But I was. And I had this cute little tie-dye top in my cart and left it. And I got like 3 emails saying that I left my top in my cart at Vogue Society. So they're not going to stop, and I'm going to end up buying it.
Tomorrow you'll see it on Facebook. Again.
More than likely.
Yes.
So lead match is another part of this. So first of all, the reason why this is so mind-blowing is because everybody thinks of direct mail as kind of like newspaper, where it's old school, but people still respond to both. People respond to print. I am not a person that like scours through and looks at everything, but I have picked up a postcard and looked at it and then gone to a website later. Because it did pique my interest. So it's probably not the one thing that's going to get me to do something, but it does play a part. So this lead match, it says here that it lets you know from the list visited the site and captures unique visitors as well, so you can add them to your next mailing.
Yes.
I want to know how people are probably getting creeped out.
A little bit.
Right? But
It's
I'm
big
not
weather.
creeped out because it's been happening. People are all right now interested in how you're being tracked on your cellular device. But we've been sending you ads through GPS technology for a really long time. So this isn't anything super creepy and new. It's just super creepy and old.
Yes. It's getting exposed now.
Yes. And we'll talk about that too a little bit.
Yeah. So how lead match works is we already uploaded the list to the service. Once the people on the list visit your site, then they are considered a match. So we know, okay, out of 2,000 people we targeted, 250 visited the site. So they're considered a match. So you can either take that match and retarget them with a different message, or follow up in a different way so that that they were interested. You don't want to pick up the phone and say, hey, I saw you went to my website.
Don't
Creepy.
do that.
Creepy.
Don't do that.
But the other component of Lead Match is it captures unique visitors. So what it does is it captures their physical address. So we have their mailing address due to location of device. So either their cell phone, their home computer, their tablet, we know where it rests at night. And then we're able to take and get that data appenditure and get first, last name, email address, phone number, add them to the next list. And they're like, hey, I was just on that website. Now I have a postcard in my hand. Then the cycle begins again. They get the social follow-up, they get the social match, they get the Google. It's just a never-ending cycle until they become a customer. Once they're a customer,
Right.
we can take them off the list.
Right, because don't spend money on the existing customers to try to get them. That's when you put them on your retention list.
Yes.
Maybe you send them a nice little retention postcard. Thanks for being a customer, you know? But this is acquisition. Just like the email video we did, you've got the two different reasons to touch your customers, reach out to them, to acquire them, and to retain them. So it's a lot easier to retain the existing than get the new. But this is pretty cool where you can mix everything together. Because of course, digital is my favorite thing. But this whole thing, being able to use that information to be able to track and target your ideal customer. Very, very cool. So let's talk about data. So there's data. We are spewing out data all day long on this puppy, and people are tracking it. But there is something out there called the General Data Protection Regulations. If you want to look it up, it's GDPR. So right now it's in Europe, and I think it's only in California and the United States. But if you're concerned about your data protection, look up those regulations and get to know those. Start reading your terms and conditions and that sort of thing. So it is getting a lot more challenging for marketers to target because of data protection, but it's all good. It's all good. Everybody needs to feel safe, and then everybody needs to be sold too. It happens all day long. I don't know how many times I've sold my nail polish to people.
Yep.
A lot. So, all right. So then after you get your get through that cycle and you get the lead match and everything, what is considered a good return on investment? What's a good ROI for this, and some good percentages of people?
So the number one thing I ask clients to do is ask them, what is a client worth over a lifespan? Is a client worth $1,000 to you? Is a client worth $500? Is a client worth $20,000 to you? Then we want to figure out how much the campaign cost. A minimum campaign is 3 months. It costs around $5,000. It can go even higher depending on the quantity of cards we want to do. So that's the number one question, is what is a customer worth to you? And how many customers do you need from this campaign to make it valuable?
Right. So then you have to figure out what the gap is between where they want to go and where they are now, and you help them fill that gap with your marketing strategy. And this is going to be a good component for a business's marketing strategy. So if you have any questions at all, I would love for you to type them into the chat. But if not, and you want to reach out to Melissa or myself, feel free to do so. We're going to put a link to a video on the Fused Mail 3.0 website. So you're going to be able to watch this video and get some more information and share it with your friends that are business owners, because it could make the difference between them having a successful, campaign or not, being able to, match these things together, the print and the digital. So it's never a one-size-fits-all thing, but it definitely works for a lot of people. So if you have any questions at all, please let us know. And I don't know if we have any questions. I'm looking at the monitor over here, and I see Dr. Robin wanted us all to know that what our SWAT sister customers are worth to her is, what did she say? $1 billion.
That's awesome.
And I do feel like we are worth $1 billion. So thank you guys for watching and participating. And again, it is another gorgeous day here, and we're going into Memorial Day weekend. So everybody stay safe and have a great weekend with your families. Hopefully you'll get outside and get some of this fresh air before it gets rainy. It's hot today.
It's very hot.